What's going on YouTube? This is Heartsick here, and very quick, I'd like to give a disclaimer. The song that you are hearing, I do not own the rights to. This song belongs to the band Heartsick. The album that I'm covering is also by them. The name of the album is called Heartsick. Now, into this though, this band Heartsick, they started in 2000 out of Lansing, Michigan, and they was known at that time as No Life, and they put out an album, a couple different albums. The last album I remember before this one, the name of it was Empire of Wolves. I think that one came out in 2011, if I'm correct. This album was just released last year in 2015 in December, and this was a very, very anticipated album from them. They changed their name right before they did the album, and then they self-titled the album after the new band name. Now, I know these guys personally, and one kick-ass group of guys. Guys are down to earth. They treat every show like it's their last show. They put on one hell of a show. Very, very eccentric on stage. A lot of energy. These guys just they blow crowds away when they perform. I mean, I've known many people who's gone to their show for the first time and became big fans of them after their first time seeing them. I personally got to perform with these guys with my old band, and oh man, I mean they are really respectful. They treat every band you know, like they're, you know, somebodies. You know, they don't treat people disrespectful, like, because of them being more you know, a local scene than, you know, they're not touring nationally or anything. They treat these guys just the same as they would a national act. They're probably some of the coolest dudes I've ever met in metal. I know there's a lot of us metalheads that say that, but they really are down to earth and genuine. But back to this album. This album had 16 songs on it. Very good album. I think it was mixed very well. The production quality was pretty decent. These guys don't have a label or anything, so you know, it wasn't like a big RCA, Universal, Warner Brothers type of production. So I mean, these guys, for what they had, I mean, it is badass audio quality. They put their heart out there in this album. Anything that they've ever put out, though, if you've never heard of No Life, or you just stumbled across this video, check them out. Their material off of Empire of Wolves was very, very good. This album, though, Heartsick, I think they stepped it up a notch with the production quality, the songs, the lyrical content, and they even featured local artists here to where I'm at. TBMA, he was featured on one of the songs, and it's awesome hearing metal with rap being mixed and mingled together. It's one of them songs. If I can find it, I'll put a link to the song in the description for the one that's featuring TBMA in there. But the album in a whole, to me, was just like I said, a step up from Empire of Wolves. They had a song in there called December Note, which is a song you're hearing right now. And that song was actually dedicated for a fallen fellow brother in metal. Actually, it's for one of their original members. He passed away, and the song they done and dedicated for him. And it blew my mind when I heard it the first time. Hearing Fonzie's vocals in there, and the raw emotion that he had on the microphone when he did this. I mean, he was spot on. And you know, he kind of hit that on that feeling, you know, you get after losing someone that's close to you. I mean, he really shared that pain with us, as you know, we've all probably felt that at one point in our lives, losing someone close like that. But this album to me, it, like I said, these guys are still local. They have toured around. They've been on some pretty decent shows and tours. But the thing is these guys don't have enough credit where they should. You know, I mean, like I said, these guys are one of the hardest working bands in the Midwest metal scene, and I mean, they put their heart out there through just raw blood, sweat, and having the workforce and the work drive that these guys do. I mean, they're a band that I would say within the next few years here will probably blow up big enough that they're going to be international band, because their work drive is just insane. The fact that they can step it up each album that they put out, that says something about them. I mean, they're still sticking to that rock metal genre, but they're stepping up their game with how they play. Everything that you hear from them, it's not that nasty, just beat the fuck out of your instrument type of song. There's clean notes in there. I mean, you're hearing actual notations and chords, and it's still distorted and heavy. I mean, it is downright heavy, don't get me wrong, but it's still not a jumbled up mess of sound. I mean, it is well put together, well thought out, and these guys are well practiced. I mean, they went into the studio knowing what they wanted out of, you know, their instrument, and they got it out of their instrument. I can't wait to see what they've got coming up for another album, if they do have another album coming up. But you know, these guys are a band that they're a band that needs to be looked out for, because I see them taking the metal scene big within the next few years. So, but check these guys out. No Life, they have stuff on, I think, Spotify. I think their album is also on iTunes, and they may have a couple songs here on YouTube. I'm not really sure. But I personally bought the album, so that's where I listened to the newest album. But like I said, I have played with these guys and have seen these guys multiple times. So, but they are one righteous band. I mean, these guys are just really decent people. My final thoughts on the album, though, I would have to honestly, like, this sounds crazy, but I'd honestly have to give this a 5-star for an album. I mean, I know not too many albums get 5-star. I mean, I didn't even give Kiss's Destroyer album a 5-star, but the reason I give these guys a 5-star is just their honesty with the fans, their work ethic, the fact that they bled on that album. I mean, you can hear it, the rawness of everything that they put to the table in their shows. I mean, they show that they are passionate about the music industry, and these guys really want to get somewhere. So I give this a 5 stars for this album. But yeah, check these guys out. I may have a video later today, I don't know. But I will have covering of WWE's Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, so check that out. But like, subscribe, favorite, follow me on Facebook, Chris Wilson, Chris6, and like I said, check out Heartsick. Love you guys. Later. Stay heavy.